Hey everybody, we're live. I don't have mic. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? We're live. Woohoo! We've never done that before. If you're on, say hey. We decided to get on a few minutes early to see if our stuff worked. We've never done this before, so hopefully we can start making this a weekly thing. We will post this, so it will be on after. Hi, Wendy! Miss you too. Wendy's on. It's so good to see you. I mean, not on here, but are you getting bad weather there? You don't have the comments. It's okay. I can see him here. She said, yeah, it's cold. Oh, you almost got your coffee. Sorry. It's really windy here. We're supposed to be getting storms tonight, right? But it's been 70s and 80s here. Oh, we will. We'll stay safe. We get severe storms, but knock on wood, we haven't gotten that yet. Well, we've been doing a lot out here on the homestead. We've been plowing for fields. Nope, I can't hear you, Wendy. I can just see your text. I don't know how to make it where I could hear you. Not that good at technology. What else have we been doing?
Taking out trees, tilling for the garden.
Yep.
Doing some landscaping.
Yep.
Running fences.
Been doing that. I want to start doing live in the mornings to talk about farm stuff. Hey, Earl.
We have a dog here that thinks he has to have all the attention all of the time.
Yeah, I was putting down rocks, and then Dodge said that he had to pull up the wire, and so I didn't put any more rocks down until he pulls up the wire. I was trying to bury the wire so the dog wouldn't get caught in it. The dog's going to be obnoxious.
Yeah, he He thinks he's in charge.
Yeah. Hopefully I can get back home and visit you before too long. That would be great.
I didn't realize there was a delay when you did this.
Yeah, there's a delay from the phone to watching it. Oh my gosh, the dog. That was his first time in the mud. And he's ridiculous.
He's being ridiculous right now.
He always is ridiculous. You're obnoxious. He just turned 5 months old and he thinks he's the boss.
He's not far wrong.
I hope I can come back soon too. I want to come visit. I'm not sure when that will be though. Hopefully we can start doing more lives as we start doing. She says we both look so good. Girl, your eyesight's failing you.
Ed Earl, you're going to have to stay down. No. Well, I hurt his feelers.
We have a possum problem. Dodge has had to do some stuff. I miss you too.
No.
You're gonna get up here one way or another, aren't you? Get off me, little rat.
So what have you been up to?
We found a possum sleeping in the chicken coop, curled up in the corner, but he didn't eat any of the chickens, but he did get some of the eggs. We don't know how long it had been getting in the chicken coop, but we went around and fixed some holes that they dug underneath, and hopefully we got that fixed. But we have had a new possum every night, so, and it's not the same one. So we went and got a live trap today, and he's going to start trapping them and hauling them off. We did have a few raccoons, but we haven't seen any of those for a while. Knock on wood. We haven't had any snakes in there yet. But yeah.
Y'all going to have to bear with us because we've never done this before.
Well, it's kind of hard to get motivated to do anything in the wintertime, Miss Wendy. Is Sandy still there with you? He's sitting here staring at me.
He doesn't understand what's going on.
I know. He thinks we're sitting here talking to ourselves.
He thinks we've lost our minds.
Why? Sit down and behave yourself. Look, there's you. There's you. Did you just see you on the TV? Tell her I said hi. You're rotten. Well, I'm glad that you're doing well. Hopefully it'll get warm soon and you can get out and do something. We're going to start planting. Oh, I didn't get the plants out of the Jeep.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You think they'll be okay tonight there?
Yeah, there's peppers and tomatoes, and we got seeds already too, but we decided to get a few plants as well. So we got her little parcel of land over there for her lavender tilled up.
Yeah, I'm going to grow lavender.
Yeah, and it's
an elderberry.
It's not real big. It's 50 feet long and 25 feet wide is how much I tilled for that. But, and then we did a little smaller one for just part of our garden. And then we're going to make a pretty good sized one over on the other side of the house. There's so many rocks here rocks and roots from trees I've taken out. I got the stumps out, but these winged elm trees are like nothing I've ever seen. The root will go a half a mile along the pasture.
Yeah. The winged elms are awful here. Awful, awful. Oh. Your pain. Yep, it is. It's a lot of work. You think it's more work than you anticipated?
I don't think that it's more work than I anticipated, but it is. Everything takes longer than you really think it's going to.
Yes.
You think that you get this whole plan in your head and you're going to make something or do something, and you find out that it took a whole lot longer than you really thought it would.
I actually thought that we would have started on the house sooner.
Yeah. I wasn't sure of that. I didn't think we would.
Well, I mean, we've been here almost 3 years. I thought we'd be at least started on it.
Yeah, I didn't.
Didn't you?
No.
I did.
Not with all the fencing. I mean, we did the animals so early that they take so much time.
You need to stop.
It kind of changes everything. Fencing.
Yeah.
I mean, you always want fencing, but you don't think you're going to have it that fast, but we do. So, and it's a lot of fencing.
More so now.
Yeah, we have just the back fence is almost 2,000 feet, and then
Oh yeah.
And then you've got the fence that runs from one side to the middle, which is about 900 feet, and the other one is about just over 1,000 feet. And then any of the cross fencing, like was the one I just did, was about 400. It'll end up being close to 500 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Just the cross fencing and the gates. And you can't really use wood posts here because there's so much clay in the ground that it just stays wet down there, and the post will rot out. The post I built for like up front for the yard for the goats and stuff, they lasted about, I don't know, a year and a half, and they just rotted off at the ground. So wood is not going to be an option. We did put the solar mount in the ground, and it's wood. It's 4 by 6 posts, and there's 5 of them, and they're about 5 feet deep. But they're not really touching any dirt because I filled the holes completely full from top to bottom with concrete. Excuse me. So not a lot of dirt involved in that, and they are treated. Those will last a long, long time.
Got my clothesline coming.
Yeah, our fancy
so I'll
clothesline.
actually get a clothesline. And then I can start doing laundry here again. It was hard to do it. It's hard to do it for the laundromat every time you have to go.
Yeah.
Moving out of the trailer helped. Feel a little bit more at home, don't you?
Oh yeah, I like it in here way better. It was a lot of work, and we're not done yet, but
yeah,
I like it a lot better than I do that camp trailer. It's warmer.
The storms are less
dramatic. You don't feel the wind like you did in the camp trailer, or any of that. I mean, you hear the rain because it's a metal roof, but it is insulated, but you still hear the rain.
I need to know from everybody else. What'd she say? Oh, burying the water tanks was a big fail.
It was a big fail because the problem is once you get down here about anywhere from 6 to 10 inches, it turns into solid clay, and it burying them would work, but the problem is that I would have to build some kind of a barrier around them because the dirt will cave in on top of them. Even though they have the metal cages, the clay gets in between the bars, and it will make them collapse. So I mean, and people do it, but I don't think we're going to try that way anymore. I've already pulled them out and hooked them up on the ground and covered the hole back up, and it was a big hole.
Yeah, I think we'll end up doing that.
But eventually, we're going to get the big, 2,500 to 3,000 gallon black poly tanks, and I'll probably put them in the ground a little bit, but not bury them. And we only did that because it gets so cold it just freezes those totes. And there's a lot of things that I've read a lot of stuff and watched a lot of videos that people do to keep it from. But so far, I haven't really found anything that I feel like is going to work for us that way. But hopefully, by the time winter gets here, if we've got the big poly tanks, they won't freeze. There'll be too much water in them.
With me being able to help work this summer on the farm, we might be able to get a little bit more accomplished.
Yeah, we'll get it done. We'll get it all done. It just takes time. You just got to pick off one thing at a time. Unfortunately, what ends up happening is you're trying to pick off a half a dozen to a dozen things at a time.
Right.
But still, you'll have to get stopped on one thing, so you move to something else, just so you're doing something. You're trying to get something accomplished. So you end up going back and forth. But we did get the chicken coop built. We got the pump house built. Even though we're using the totes, we still have a pump with a pressure tank, just like a well. It runs. The water here is, even though it's in a tote, it's just like it's being operated from a well. So we've got a pump house and all that, and a dog that thinks she's the movie star.
But he's burying himself between the cushions, and his rear end's in them.
I don't see no sense in that being on. It's not showing the chat.
Yeah.
And then our solar, so I don't know, maybe you can hear it some. It runs, and the fans on it run, because in the beginning, this was kind of just going to be the solar shed with and the work shed, but things changed, and so we've still got the solar set up in here, and the fan runs, and it's kind of loud. But But honestly, we've had no problems with it. The worst thing that's happened is if we have bad cloudy days for 2 or 3 days in a row, then we'll have to run a generator. But now we've gotten a charge verter so that it will charge up our batteries in a whole lot shorter time, so the generator won't even have to run. We haven't even had to use it, even through the storms the last few days. We've got enough solar panels that unless it goes on bad for 2 or 3 days, it doesn't. Our batteries still charge. So I really can't tell. I mean, you have to be a little more mindful about, um, when you're using certain things, like at night. But and the cure for that is just more batteries. But for now, but during the day, it's no different than being hooked to the utilities, to the electric company. At least to me, it's not.
I mean, I'm just very careful
Yeah,
of what I run. But
yeah, but I mean, it runs the microwave and the refrigerator and the TV, Starlink.
Yeah.
We have 220 if we need it. We don't have anything hooked up that's 220, but we have 220. Maybe when we hook up a drive.